A thread by Carlos Osuita. Here's some pretty irrefutable evidence that the Beirut explosion was not only not accidental, it was carefully controlled. First, my earlier thread. Link in the description, video on this channel as well. Now, people are telling me that it was a warehouse full of ammonium nitrate. Well, here's the second explosion. Note the white silos right beside the explosion. They're still standing. Now, most of the blast effect went straight up into the air. Now you tell me, when a warehouse full of explosive material goes off, does the building right beside it remain standing? Although I have my suspicions about this photo, let's take it as real. This is said to be collateral damage from the explosions in the port. Absolutely wrong. That building was targeted. The building behind it has black smoke all over it. Look, building behind it, black smoke all over it. Was this building targeted on the same day as the port explosion, or is this from a different incident altogether? No idea. Cardboard boxes right next to the exploded warehouse are still in place. It's not possible that an accidental explosion would go straight up into the air, not flatten buildings right beside it, but collapse buildings far away. All people in apartments and on balconies who filmed the explosions survived. Their buildings did not collapse. Hezbollah are experts at manipulating the press and creating deceptions. All I can talk about with any confidence is the explosions themselves. My conclusions. This was a deliberate targeting of Iranians and Iranian missile depot. The warheads and fuel were stored separately. First, the warheads were destroyed. Second, the oxygen, otherwise known as HMX rocket fuel, was destroyed by deflagration, or extremely rapid burning, in order to reduce the release of energy. As powerful as the blast effect was, it would have been much more powerful if the fuel had been detonated. The fuel was destroyed in 2 batches in order to further reduce the blast effect. Most of the blast effect was directed upward, as evidenced by the fact that the silos right beside the warehouse are still standing. This depot would have been under heavy guard. Planting the technology used to deflagrate the missiles would have been extremely difficult. My guess is that a swarm of tiny pyrotechnic drones was used. Surveillance drones would have allowed a 3D digital model of the inside of the warehouse to have been constructed. Using that model, it would have been possible to figure out how to deflagrate the warheads and rocket fuel in such a way that the blast effect would be directed. Basically, you shape the blast effect. The use of explosive vapor, fuel-air explosive, gives you the ability to shape the blast effect and direct it wherever you want. The patents for technology that shapes blast effects goes back to the 1960s. I've been telling you for a long time that we have absolutely no idea what sorts of weapons have been put into production since about 2008. The technology I just described absolutely does exist. Someone killed an Al-Qaeda terrorist in Yemen using a microdrone. As he stepped out of one crowd and was headed for another, a microdrone or nanodrone hit behind his head and ejected a cloud of explosive vapor that enveloped him and exploded inward, therefore not harming the people right beside him. The video was taken down, but I have it. Here's the hit. All right. So let's see. I think there's your guy going from one crowd to the next. Bam. There he is. Something happens. Oh, he gone. All right. No collateral damage. Directed blast effect. It happened in 2015. And it just happened in Beirut on a massive scale.